Zomboys. Hey everybody, and welcome to episode number 6 of Zomboys.
Episode 6, The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, baby! I'm your host, Casey Lynch.
And as always, I'm Michael Svay.
He is, it's true. I don't know why I'm still talking like that. Okay, so today we watched the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, fuck all you who thought we were going to watch Maggie. Prank!
Yeah, gotcha.
Tomorrow's April Fool's, so
Yeah.
fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah, we were going to watch that.
And then it was $3 to watch it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to pay to watch this movie.
You already spent $50 on one movie, so I think that eats into a lot of your budget. But so you had this on. Yeah, we were going to watch Maggie, but we didn't want to pay for it. And also, I'm glad we didn't, because I feel like it's going to be depressing, and I'm fucking tired today. So I'm glad we watched this piece of shit instead.
Oh, yes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Not a fan.
This is not a good movie. I used to be a fan. In fact, I own this movie on Blu-ray.
Yes.
But
what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I don't know. But yeah, so... Yeah, okay. So this movie, let's get into it.
Yeah, so 2004 Dawn of the Dead. For those of you who have not seen this movie, the plot is a nurse, a policeman, a young married couple, a salesman, and other survivors of a worldwide plague that is producing aggressive flesh-eating zombies take refuge in a mega Midwestern shopping mall. Directed by fucking Zack Snyder. So
we watched the it was like intro. There's like, just watch it regular or watch it with the director intro. So we're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do that. And we did that, and immediately I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this was directed by Zack fucking Snyder. Great.
To which it made me hate this movie even more.
Yeah. That sort of colored the rest of the movie for us, because we were like, oh, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah. For some reason, it has a 7.3 on IMDb.
That's dumb. It's not good. It's actually very bad. And this is the biggest budgeted movie we've done so far, right?
Biggest budget movie we've done so far by far at $26 million. And it is the worst. For the budget, this is dollars to fucking donuts.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
For the budget, this is the worst. And I would say it's second worst just in movie behind Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies.
It's close, though.
I genuinely think...
For me, it's close.
Yeah, I genuinely think The Resort is a better movie. I think...
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies
was a better
movie.
Yes.
Because the action was more fun and not fucking super stupid slow-mo all the time.
Oh my god, there's so much slow-mo in this movie.
We're going to get into the slow-mo.
It is so ugly.
It is... Oh, yeah.
The movie is hideous.
God. Yeah. Well, let's pause, because we're gonna rant.
Yeah, so the first thing is, what the fuck are these things? They're zombies! They're fucking zombies just like any other zombie.
Yeah.
This is like the classic zombie. They run...
Except they run, yeah.
Yeah, they run, so
they run,
yeah. They didn't reinvent the wheel with this. They run, you get bitten, you turn into a zombie.
Yeah, that's it.
It takes, in the beginning, it takes seconds. Later on, it takes... like 7 hours. Yeah, it's all over the place.
We speculated that it's where you get bit.
Days. Like the pregnant woman, it takes days for her to turn into a zombie.
The time is not a concept in this movie. It is just like, were they there for 3 days? Or was it like a month? Because it feels like both. Right? Did you not get that?
It felt like they were there for... There were several montages that make you lose track of time.
Oh my fucking god, the montages.
By several, there were two. There were two montages.
One too many.
Too many. There were too many.
I'm fine. What was the first montage?
The first montage was the Down with the Sickness montage with, with
them.
Phil Dunphy fucking that girl.
Oh, yeah.
On camera.
Yeah.
I was fine with the second montage.
Yeah, the second
building the truck. Okay.
Second
the first
montage was
we
necessary.
didn't need to have.
Yeah, first montage was just like dumb, like, let's stick some goofy humor in this. The tone is shit.
The tone is all over the place.
It's bad.
There's parts of it where they're trying to be funny and they're not.
Yeah, it's never funny.
And I attribute that to it being written by fucking James Gunn.
Yeah. This is going to be a controversial opinion, I think.
Guardians of the Galaxy, fucking James Gunn. Fuck you, James Gunn.
That's a great movie.
Except
People
as
love
I
it.
said before, for every good movie that James Gunn has done, he also did Dawn of the Dead, and he made both fucking Scooby-Doo movies.
He did Scooby-Doo. However, we did just learn that he left Dawn of the Dead, and 2 other people did the rewrite.
I feel like they had to bring in other people for rewrites because they're like, well, this was a fucking mess.
I don't know about that.
They're like, he wrote in a character in this movie that the guy just says, I'm Groot. I feel like that's what he did. And they were like, we can't have this in here.
He didn't create the intellectual property of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think he did.
He wrote
Fuck
the comic.
you, Stan Lee, for coming up with Guardians of the Galaxy,
Did
too. I don't know. Seems like some Stan Lee. Crazy old
I
Stan Lee.
think that was past his comic making.
Not like current
point.
Stan Lee, just old Stan Lee. Came up with a crazy talking raccoon and a tree that talks.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
Fuck
2
you,
things that
Guardians of
talk.
the Galaxy.
Do you really not like it?
Yeah,
whatever.
This movie's also known as Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
I mean, that's what it is.
Oh.
It's a zombie movie. I mean, the directing was a big problem.
Spoiler alert, the movie ends with the zombies all realizing that the main characters of this movie's mothers were also named Martha, and they stop fighting, and the movie just ends. They all team up and fight against Doomsday.
Yeah, that's how it ends.
That's how it ends.
One of the characters gets bit, and they go, Martha! And the zombies are like, Martha? Why did you say that name?
Where is he? I'm Batman!
I think we're going to do a lot of Batman and Superman type jokes.
Oh, a ton, because Zack Snyder is a shitty director.
Oh, man.
May I say that Zack Snyder is worse than Michael Bay?
I don't know. What else has Michael Bay done other than this? Because I don't like the Transformers movies, but...
Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah. I think
Michael Bay did Bad Boys, which weren't bad. Michael Bay... Here's the thing, is this movie... We were saying it's really, really ugly before.
It's very ugly.
It has a visual style of Michael Bay. It has lots of rotating shots. There's lots of camera glare,
low camera angles.
It was
stuff like that.
It was very Michael Bay-esque, like cinematography in the movie.
Yes.
But
the picture was overexposed.
I was gonna say, but at least Michael Bay knows how to expose fucking film.
Yeah. It's
whoever did the cinematography on this movie, and we brought it up before, but I'm gonna blame Zack Snyder for this, for his creative fucking outlet.
Oh yeah, no, this is
either made the movie way overexposed, and everything was green.
Yeah,
everything had a green fucking
green
hue
tint
to it. Learn how to fucking color correct, Zack Snyder.
I don't know why no one noticed that it looked shitty and green.
Everything was green, and then whenever it was dark, it was overly dark.
It was incredibly dark.
Then they underexposed the film.
Yeah.
It was either overexposed or underexposed. I feel like he shot
green.
the whole movie, forgot to white balance,
Yeah.
and was like, shit, well, we wasted $26 million, can't do reshoots of everything now.
Yeah.
Might as well just keep this and say it was my visual style.
Yes.
Because I do things to look cool.
Oh, yeah. I believe he said in it, I think it was him, I believe he said in an interview, why does he do certain things? He says, because I like when things look cool.
This was his feature film debut as well.
Really?
Dawn of the Dead. I wish that they would have never given him another movie.
It's really a shame that this made any money, because although 300 was, I gotta rewatch 300 because I remember enjoying it, and I remember
I enjoy 300. I enjoy the cinematography of 300.
Yes,
but it was because it was done like the comic book.
Yes,
it was done in the same visual style of the comic book, so I had no problem.
It was much more like of an it was grounded less in reality. So it kind of the slow-mo stuff and like the interesting cinematography. It looked better than in this movie, which was supposed to be just like very real and like gritty, and it looks stupid. Like there's a lot of slow-mo, like pumping a shotgun and the shell flying out in slow-mo, which I get. It's always dumb when it was done in this movie, but I get. There's a part where
done it constantly.
There's a part where there's an old lady smoking a cigarette,
and she drops it on the floor, and a slow-mo has her stomps it out.
Drops it and stomps it out for no reason. Should we try to be funny? Because we're just mad at this point.
No.
We shouldn't try to be funny.
I feel like us being mad is funny enough. Because
was there a slow? Because it wasn't like a tense thing was happening.
No.
With her character at that moment.
No.
She just slow-mo drops.
And when there's tense moments, he doesn't use slow-mo.
No, he's bad.
When the old woman literally 30 seconds later gets shot to death by the black guy.
Yeah.
He didn't use slow-mo at all. They just...
Yeah, you could slow-mo, have her, like, get shot. I mean, they might have done use slow-mo.
There was so much slow-mo, it blurs the lines. I have no idea.
If you took out the slow-mo, how long would this movie be?
10 minutes. It would be a 10-minute long movie
It would
if
be
there's no
so
slow-mo.
quick.
It would be...
They're
Bam.
seriously like, oh my god.
We watched the unrated director's cut.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see what Zack Snyder's pure vision for this movie was.
A true auteur.
I wanted to see what the... I only had the unrated director's
Yeah,
cut.
and I mean, why not watch?
And why not watch the one that has some more gore and violence in it? It was an extra 10 minutes of film.
Yeah.
Or 9, because the runtime's 101 minutes, and the unrated director's cut's 9 minutes longer.
Nice.
So,
Great.
Ooh, got a whole 9.
Yeah.
Can we talk about, first off, Ving Rhames is in this movie?
Oh, yeah.
And Ving Rhames is a magical man
He's
who does...
great.
Ving Rhames, if you ever listen to this, I have no problem with you whatsoever. You are fantastic.
No, you're
and
great.
everything you do is gold.
I saw one of the shittiest zombie movies I've ever seen. I don't remember what it's called, but he was in it, and I'm like, he's great. He's great in everything.
Yeah, he makes shitty movies watchable.
He's just quintessentially himself in such a beautiful way. It's great. He is such a badass dude.
Yeah, he makes shitty movies watchable.
Even his lines sometimes suck, but you're like, fuck yeah, Ving Rhames.
Yeah, same way that like Samuel L. Jackson makes any movie watchable.
He's just
Snakes on a Plane, terrible movie if it had anyone else other than Samuel L. Jackson.
I haven't seen that, I'll admit. But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is... I think Samuel L. Jackson is a way better actor, but when he mostly just plays himself.
I was gonna say Ving Rhames is like a character actor more so than like you'd never see Ving Rhames in like a very serious role.
That would be bizarre.
Like it would be strange to have Ving Rhames be in a very serious role.
Yeah.
Like Samuel L. Jackson's done serious roles. He was in
yeah.
What the fuck's that movie where the
Kingsman.
Yeah, the Kingsman. No,
that's
where he holds people hostage in a hospital for his son. Then he had like a heart transplant or some shit. And like he does a really, really good job acting in that. Ving Rhames, I love you, but you couldn't do a movie like that because you're fucking Ving Rhames. You're just a badass dude.
Which is fine.
Badass dude with tattoos and scars.
Yeah, badass dude is fine.
That's all I want to see.
Better than most of the characters.
So thank you, Ving Rhames, for being in this movie.
Yep.
And then the only other person of note in this movie is Ty Burrell. Mr. Phil Dunphy.
Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
Other than that,
else is pretty low name.
Another name
low
people
tier.
might know is Michael Kelly. I noticed him. He's Mustache Man. He was also in. He's the guy with the mustache.
Are you talking about Superman in Justice League?
No. He's the guy in this movie, the security guard with the mustache. He's the guy with like the Fu Manchu. But he's familiar.
It wasn't a Fu Manchu. It was just like a mustache.
Well, yeah, it's a mustache that goes down around the lips.
Oh yeah, like a handlebar mustache.
Almost like a handlebar. Yeah, like a handlebar.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah, you'll know if you know him. He was in Man of Steel, and apparently Zack Snyder likes reusing a lot of the same people in his movies.
Yeah, I noticed
again.
that when I was looking at the
He's
cast
like
list.
a Quentin Tarantino, where he uses the same people in all of his shitty movies.
Except his movies suck.
Except his movies suck, and his actors are the movies suck, and his actors are subpar.
Yeah, definitely.
Except for you, Ving Rhames.
Oh, Ving Rhames is great. Ty Burrell is great in this.
Ty Burrell's great just because he plays a dick.
He plays such a dick. It's so funny.
I don't even want to talk about like the plot of the movie.
I was just gonna say we should loosely go through it.
The plot of the movie is zombies break out. They end up in a mall, and let's
loosely go through it.
All right, so
in the start.
There's a nurse and who's not very attractive.
You don't have to say that.
I do though, because that was one of the first things I brought up. Is that the main character is not nearly attractive enough?
But who cares? She's attractive. It's fine.
So anyway, so the not very attractive nurse is talking with a doctor, and the doctor's has an X-ray of the guy, like a skull, and he's like, "Why would they take an X-ray of his head if it was a bite on the hand?" And you're like, "Oh, well, that's weird." And then
foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing. She's like, "Oh, well, I've worked so long, man. Yeah, I'm a nurse. I work hard." And
I think they do, right?
Probably. I don't know.
They do.
They don't make doctor money. I know that.
No, they don't.
I should have went to school longer. be a doctor.
You're a monster. I'm gonna start breaking out some fucking animal facts if this doesn't turn around. So she goes home and
she goes outside first though, and there's a pro wrestlers versus zombies fake out.
Oh yeah,
but with not as good of a payoff as pro wrestlers versus zombies.
It was just like
there's a guy laying in the back of like an ambulance.
Yeah.
And you see like just his feet sticking out. And there's a dead body, and then it's just a paramedic, and he's like, "Oh, I was sleeping."
Yeah, like gets quiet.
Lazy paramedic.
Yeah, like gets quiet for like 1 second. So there was like 1 second where they're trying to make you feel tense, and then he just like sits up. He's like, "Oh hey." Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What a payoff.
So then she drives home and then like goes and sees her husband. Her husband's laying in bed with his shoes on, lazy fuck. But his shoes are untied. Yeah. She comes over and takes his shoes off for him.
So he bent over, untied his shoes, and then laid in bed.
And got a beer. He got a beer though too first.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna hang out with your I thought you were going to be, like, hanging out with the women that you work with, because, like, she was late." And he's like, and she's like, "No, I was just working late, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
Oh, before that, too, she's talking to some little girl that's in, like, the road.
Yeah, roller skating.
That's roller skating around in the road, who probably deserved to get hit by a car. I mean, you shouldn't roller skate in the road like that.
It's fucking dangerous. It was almost nighttime.
It's an idiot. So, idiot kid.
Idiot. Oh, kids are idiots.
Savages and idiots. So, they pull it,
I mean, now, we went from no plot to now you're literally saying every fucking step of the movie.
Well, this is important, though.
We can hit a middle ground.
Nah, well, I'm going to go through step by step of this, because this is a little important here.
Okay.
So now... they bang in the shower.
Sure.
Which is one of the keywords on IMDb.
Oh, yeah.
If you put in "sex in the shower," Dawn of the Dead should come up. If you type that into IMDb.
Man, Zack Snyder's cool.
So they do that. Then they're sleeping in bed, and the little girl comes in. Her face is all fucked up.
Here is what I wanted to point out in this opening scene.
Yes.
It is... Okay, so now they're in their house, but the zombie apocalypse is now happening outside.
Oh yeah, and there's a television broadcast that goes boop, and it goes breaking news. It goes, "We're now putting you back." It doesn't say what it is. It just goes, "Now we're putting you back to your regular scheduled programming."
Yeah, like no, I don't need to fucking watch The Office. I need to know about the zombie apocalypse that's happening.
Well, I mean, The Office is pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
I would much rather watch Michael Scott than this movie. And also the zombie apocalypse.
No, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would want to fucking...
They better not fucking interrupt The Office for a zombie
apocalypse. I want to know about it. I'll stick in a DVD of The Office on my computer, but I want to know about the zombie apocalypse.
A DVD? What are you, a caveman?
I have VHSs. But yeah, that was just like so dumb.
Yeah,
everything is so dumb. We're not gonna be able to hit. This is gonna be.
This whole movie is so dumb.
Should we do 2 parts?
No, just a 5-hour-long episode.
I think maybe we should do a 2-parter. we'll see how long this goes, and we'll see if a 2-parter is in the works.
So,
literally, we've been talking for probably 28 minutes to a half an hour. And we're just talking about the first scene.
Yeah, we just hit 18 minutes on our counter here, so we're still not even to the title screen yet of the movie. Which is what the point I wanted to make was this all happens before the title scrreen.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you when we get to the title screen, and it's absurdly long.
Yeah.
It's like 12 minutes into this movie until you even know what movie you're watching.
Yeah.
You could have walked into the movie theater thinking you're watching the Care Bears movie, and now all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, this wasn't the movie I was supposed to bring my children to."
Although I mean,
so this little girl now is in their room. And she has an all fucked up face, and she jumps on the husband, Lewis, and bites his neck. And he's bleeding all over the place. And she grabs the kid and throws her down the hallway.
She fucking chucks her.
Just chucks her like you would throw a midget at a dartboard.
Oh, God.
And
what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you today?
Flies down the hallway.
Yeah,
and then,
that was pretty funny.
She slams the door, and the kid's like, the guy's like, bleeding from the neck. And she's like, "Oh, I'm a nurse. What do I do?" Is what it seems like she's trying to figure out. And so she takes a dirty pillowcase and like puts it on his neck. Doesn't like tie it to like do like a tournament or anything.
I don't think you can turn a neck.
Well, yeah, but
I think you would kill him.
You could like tie it a little bit to like keep some pressure on it.
Some pressure, yeah, but I don't think you could tourniquet a neck.
And well, this guy's gonna die anyway, so fucking tourniquet his neck. Who cares?
And a survival tip out there: don't do a tourniquet unless you know what you're doing, or else you might kill yourself.
But also tourniquet your neck.
I believe they call that hanging yourself.
Put a tourniquet
or
around your
autoerotic asphyxiation.
Dude, either or. Go for it.
Oh boy.
She puts this pillowcase on his neck.
This episode is a mess.
And he's bleeding all over the place. And then he just gets up and she's like, "What?" And runs into the bathroom.
I mean, a fair response.
Closes the door on him. He's banging on the door, freaking out. She looks like she's gonna go out the window.
Yeah.
But then it all gets quiet. So now she goes up to the door like an idiot and goes, "Lewis, are you okay?"
Yeah, why?
And then he busts through the door,
just...
looking like one of the monsters from the movie The Thing. If you've ever seen The Thing, that's where he screams like he's
why
like a thing monster.
I don't know.
And all the zombies have blue eyes. Did you notice that?
I don't think I noticed that. No.
Yeah, all the zombies have baby blue, beautiful eyes.
Really, baby blue?
Like you get lost in their eyes.
I thought you were gonna say milky blue.
Nah, you'd get lost in their eyes. They're so beautiful.
Okay, I have blue eyes and you're staring right into my eyes, and I'm getting uncomfortable.
So anyway,
he was staring into my eyes, going, just blankly staring. They had those sweet baby blue eyes.
I was not doing
just
that.
Staring right at
me.
You
cannot prove anything.
Licking his lips.
Because it's can't prove anything because it's audio, not video.
No.
Thank God.
I think the listeners trust me over you.
So anyway,
so she
escapes out the window at that point.
Why would you stop? He
suddenly jump in her car.
Yeah.
And the neighbor across the street has a gun.
Oh, this
and
is
she's
so
like, "Oh,
dumb.
Bill," or whatever his name is. He's like, "Get away, get back."
Yeah,
as he's walking towards her with the gun out, and he's standing in the middle of the street, and an ambulance is leaning on its horn, and the siren's going. He's obviously not paying attention.
Yeah.
And the ambulance just hits him out of nowhere.
Yeah. She is at her car door. Just right there. She can't back up. Her car door is open. And it's behind her. And he's walking towards her saying, "Back up, back up." She's clearly about to get into her car to leave. Why are you walking towards her?
Yep.
So he just walks towards her into the middle of the road and then gets hit by a fucking bus. I start laughing and I say, "Man, this movie's gonna fucking suck."
On top of that, there's giant, nuclear-looking explosions.
Oh yeah, as she's driving
in the background.
Yeah, as she's driving. There is just massive explosions.
There's explosions everywhere. There's a woman in her neighborhood that runs up to her car and she's like, "Please help me!" And then just walks away. Doesn't bang on the window or anything. Just screams at it and then walks away.
There's a naked zombie who gets off a bus.
Yeah. She drives.
What?
Gets to a point. There's a bus and she stops and there's a naked zombie that. I don't even know if it was a zombie. Could just been a naked woman.
Just been a naked woman.
Just walking off the bus.
Why?
While there's zombies attacking people on the bus, and then some mailman comes and tries to rip her out of her car to steal it, and she punches on the gas, goes off the road, and smashes into a tree.
Yeah.
And then blacks out, and then the title of the movie comes up.
Yeah.
It was 10 minutes.
So much has happened.
Of nonsense.
Yeah.
Before this, and so the title of the movie opens up.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say. She must have not locked her doors during the zombie apocalypse because the man opens the door. Why? Why wouldn't you lock your fucking door? I just wanted to point that out. There's so much in this movie.
Damn shifty mail carriers.
I've just gotten to the halfway point of my notes because I then was like, oh, I can't write down all of the dumb shit because I will just be fucking staring at my notebook the whole time.
Because this whole movie is just very dumb.
Everything, every little detail is so dumb. And the big picture is dumb. Everything is dumb.
The thing is they missed the point. They missed the point of this movie. The original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
One of the greatest zombie movies ever made. George A. Romero's brainchild after Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And the whole movie originally was an allegory for consumerism.
Yeah. Sure.
And it was beautifully done. It made sense. The movie was done really well. George A. Romero actually has a brain in his head, not like Zack Snyder. The characters in it were relatable. They weren't all pieces of shit that you hated.
Yeah, the only characters that were good in this were just funny caricatures of people.
Yeah, the only character that I was that I actually enjoyed was Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames
and Phil Dunphy. And Phil Dunphy.
Yes.
Who I imagine...
only funny because he was a huge asshole, but in a funny way.
Yeah, he was an asshole in a funny way.
Everyone else was just who cares about... I didn't
Everyone
care
else,
about
I was like, any of them could die, and I would be like, whatever, who cares?
Some of them did die, and I was like, who cares, whatever.
I was like, they were in this movie?
Yeah.
That's how forgettable they were.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, it wasn't... So
the point of this movie was, let's make a cool action zombie movie.
But that's exactly it. Zack Snyder saw it and was like, oh, I know what movie everybody knows? Dawn of the Dead. Let me make that. And then just make it like an action zombie movie with tons of slow-mo and make it look fucking ugly.
Like none of the action's good, even.
Yeah, let me make it look super fucking ugly
Yeah.
and be just a shitty director like I am on every movie I ever do, and I don't understand why people give me a job.
Yeah, why? How has he kept working? Other than 300, he has not done anything good, I don't think.
300 was only good because Gerard Butler was in it.
Yeah. It might, yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
He also, I will give Zack Snyder that he also directed Watchmen, which is pretty good.
That.
But once again, with Watchmen, he didn't have... with Watchmen, he kind of went off the comic book, and that was... Like, he didn't stray far from the comic book.
Yeah.
It was close to what the comic book was, so...
I've heard some people say that he totally missed the theme of the comic book.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I have not read the comic, but
He did.
But, yeah, it was... fun characters, a unique idea. Obviously not his idea, but, a unique movie, and that's why it was good, I think.
Maybe he's only good at shooting movies that are not his original ideas.
Well, I mean, this proves that he's not. Right? And Batman and Superman aren't his original ideas.
Well, I was going to say, but Batman vs. Superman, not his original idea, but he put his own original idea on it. Same thing with this, is that this isn't... Dawn of the Dead isn't an original idea, but he put his original ideas on it.
Yeah.
Watchmen,
yeah,
he stayed relatively close to the source material. 300, he stayed relatively close to the source material. So he's not a bad director if you tell him exactly how to fucking do it.
Yeah, well, so, I mean, I could be a great director if you told me everything to do.
Yeah, so, Zack Snyder, just do things that other people... Have Steven Spielberg there telling you exactly how to do your job.
Or just quit.
Or just,
You've made enough money. You can retire and let a little guy come up and make some good movies.
Let the guy who made fucking Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies take your next job.
Cody Knotts.
Yeah, let Cody Knotts do your next one.
Okay, so let's... Jeez, man. We are just at the opening title sequence.
Well, we haven't even gotten to where we see Ving Rhames, which is immediately after
this. This is when you see him, she blacks out, wakes up.
As it blacks out, the title sequence goes. Johnny Cash song is used, which I enjoy. I like Johnny Cash, so that was cool. And then she wakes up, and then Ving Rhames is just there. He's like, "Say something."
Yeah,
and you're like,
Ving
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, he pumps the shotgun and puts it to her head and says, "Say something." And she's like, "Please." And he's like, and he just starts walking off, and she follows him.
Yeah, she follows him. He's just awesome.
He's
and then they run into like a couple more survivors. Eventually, they get to a mall.
Yeah.
They go to the mall. They break into the mall. They shoot the door handle off the mall. Here's where I'm just gonna start flying through the fucking plot of this movie.
They get into the mall.
They're in a store. The doors are locked, and then it just zooms to a toilet.
Yeah. It zooms into a toilet.
It zooms into a toilet. It's in the store.
There would never be a toilet in that store.
No, there wouldn't.
There's so many things you could smash through glass with.
It was like a home store.
Why was it a toilet?
Yeah, it was like a home store.
Yeah.
There's a toilet. And
one toilet.
The next scene is them throwing... The toilet just shatters through the glass.
Yeah.
And ends up in the hallway.
Yeah.
Or aisle or the walkway for the mall, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, who cares? The promenade.
The promenade. Ends up in the mall promenade.
Yes.
And now they walk through, they go up to like a fountain. The one guy has a crowbar. They go and explore the mall, see if there's any zombies.
Yeah.
One guy has a crowbar. He goes into a sporting goods store with a metal crowbar.
Yes.
And instead of keeping onto a metal crowbar, which would kill a real person, let alone a zombie, he puts it down and picks up a fucking croquet mallet.
Yeah. Like, so stupid. And you're in a sporting goods store. If you want something that is, like, longer, there's probably baseball bats.
Baseball bats.
There's metal baseball bats, wood baseball bats. What else? Hockey sticks, I guess.
A hockey stick would be better than a croquet mallet, I think. A lacrosse stick.
Yeah, a croquet mallet, it's like the diameter of a nickel is how thick that little wooden handle is.
Also,
what
sporting goods store just sells a rack of croquet mallets?
I love it.
Because there was just a rack of croquet mallets.
True.
What sporting goods store sells that?
It was like a small sporting goods store too, so like
in fucking Wisconsin. Do they have a huge run on croquet mallets in Wisconsin? I feel like the people of Wisconsin don't play croquet. I feel like they're not high class enough.
Jeez. Who plays croquet? Does
Englishmen.
Other than like stereotypical Englishmen, does anyone play croquet?
No.
I don't know that I've ever seen anyone play croquet.
No. Except on horseback.
That is polo.
Same thing, isn't it? Don't they play croquet
it's similar,
on horseback?
It's basically, yeah, I think it's
or
basically
the Red Queen
yeah.
the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland plays croquet with flamingos and porcupines.
There you go.
So there you go.
Cool.
He picks up a fucking croquet mallet and then sees that there's a zombie behind one of the doors. Instead of going out and being like, hey, guys, come help me kill the zombie, he goes, I'll go in there with my croquet mallet.
Yeah, it's like down on the ground when he opens the door, and he backs up instead of like quickly running in and smashing it in the head while it's on the ground.
He's like, oh my god, there's a zombie!
Which he knew!
You saw the shadow under the door! Yeah. You knew there was a zombie there, you dumb motherfucker! Yeah.
So it gets up and runs at him, and he hits it in the head, and
it breaks the croquet mallet instantly.
Like, no shit, of course it does. But here's Zack Snyder wanting to do things just because they look cool. Clearly he did it because it breaks the croquet mallet, and then he can stab it through the head with the splintered end of the croquet mallet. Yeah. So that's why he did it. Just taking sense out of his movie to do something that looks cool. You could make it look pretty cool to smash a zombie in the head with a fucking crowbar.
Yep.
But no, don't do it. Make sure you can do something stupider and cool-ish. So what the fuck happens next?
I do have to say, at one point, Tom Savini is in the movie. He's the sheriff that tells everybody that you have to shoot him in the head. And that was cool, because Tom Savini was in the original Dawn of the Dead, and he's a big makeup artist. Tom Savini? Yeah, Tom Savini does a lot of like practical makeup effects.
Oh, that's cool.
Tom Savini in the original Dawn of the Dead, he was in obviously this new Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
More famous From Dusk Till Dawn. He's the guy with the dick gun.
I've never seen it. Oh, yes, I have.
He's the guy with the codpiece that he hits the button and his a gun comes out and it looks like a dick.
That's that stupid vampire movie, right?
Yeah, that's the Robert Rodriguez vampire movie.
Yeah.
With Tarantino and the most handsome man in the world, George Clooney, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. He wouldn't be my top pick.
Well,
even Pete Clooney wouldn't be my top.
Pete Clooney.
Just saying. Maybe. Do we have to get it? No, we're ranting too much already. We shouldn't get into our picks of top hunks.
Oh, I will. Top hunks? No.
Hugh Jackman is up there. A young Hugh Jackman. Oh, fuck.
So now they're all stuck in this mall. And they go into, like, an elevator to go up to, like, the next floor, and then there's, like, security guards there that are dicks for no reason.
Oh, they're such assholes.
Like, there's the two of the guys are dicks for no reason whatsoever. Yeah. And they're like, get out of here. And, so they're assholes.
Yeah.
And, they lock them. Eventually they convince them to stay, but they're like, oh, you have to leave your weapons with us.
Yeah.
So they do that, and then they lock them inside one of the stores at nighttime, because they're like, we don't want you wandering around the mall.
Yeah, like, how about instead, like, secure the mall and, like, gather food and, like, assess your horrible, dire situation? No, they're just like, nah, we're locking you up and we're gonna just dick around.
And there's the one guy who's, like, comic relief, I guess, that's not funny. And
the security guard?
Yeah, the one security guard that's supposed to be comic relief.
But, like,
but he's not funny.
And he's not funny.
I hate him.
Yeah. His character sucked.
Michael Barry is the guy's name.
Yeah.
He plays Bart.
He was just like, the joke was that he's like kind of a little dumb.
Yeah, that was the whole joke.
I don't even remember.
The whole joke was that he's kind of dumb and he wanted to bang the one fat chick.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the jokes they made, was they were like, his one main joke was like, oh, you know what sucks about this whole thing? Is that the chick that works at the Dairy Queen and the mustache guy, Michael Kelly, CJ is his name in the movie, is like, oh, the fat chick? And he's like, yeah. He's like, she was supposed to come over tonight, and I was totally going to bang her.
Yeah.
And you're like, haha, that's supposed to be funny. Yeah, and then the other security guard is like...
Looks like, what's that guy's name?
He doesn't look like any of the Efrons. I don't know why
Zac Efron? Oh, he looks like Zac Efron. Does. Look that shit up.
I have a picture of him right here, and he looks nothing like Zac Efron.
Yes, he does. What do you?
Maybe in that. Maybe.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Maybe in that picture,
he looks exactly like him.
I don't think he looks exactly like Zac Efron.
Look up Kevin Zegers. Zegers. He looks. Tell me he does not look like Zac Efron. And this was a movie like, this is like 14 years old or whatever.
2004. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could have been a young Zac Efron. Well, how old would he have been? He probably would have been like 10 at the time. How old Zac? Yeah, whatever.
I'll say that he looks like he could be related to the Efrons.
Yeah,
he looks like he could be one of the Efrons. He doesn't look exactly like Zac Efron, but he looks like who's the other Efron?
I don't know.
Pete Efron, James Efron.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Michael Efron.
If Zac Efron is like 32 or 34, which I don't know that he is, if that could have been an 18-year-old Zac Efron, like just way different looking. Were you looking up the Efron?
Zac Efron.
You can't.
Just because I want to see how old he is.
That's not how you spell it. Oh, you want to see how old he is?
Yeah, I want to see how old Zac Efron is.
Okay.
He's 30.
Okay.
So Zac Efron is 30.
So he would have been 16.
Yeah, it would have been 16 at the time.
Right. So yes, he doesn't look exactly like him. But for you...
No, yeah, he doesn't look exactly like Zac Efron, but he looks like he could be related.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Let's move on. We've talked about Zac Efron enough. So far we've talked about Top Hunks, Zac Efron a lot. What else? What's this movie again? I was looking up stuff during this, and I kept...
Welcome to Off the Rails, Dawn of the Dead, people. We are off the rails. We barely paid attention to this movie, to be honest.
I literally kept looking stuff up, and I kept forgetting the fucking name of the movie. I'm not even kidding. I kept having to look down at my notes, because I was like, wait, what's this movie called again?
So they're trapped in the mall now.
Yeah.
With these security guards. They decide that they need to take power away from these security guards.
Yeah.
These other people come, and they're in like a box truck, and that's when they decide they steal the gun away from the security guards. They lock them up in a thing, and then they help these people that are in a box truck.
Yeah.
In the box truck, there's a fat old lady.
Played by a man, which
played
we
by
don't know.
Played by a man.
Yeah. What was his name? Do you have it?
I could.
The name was good.
Yeah, the guy's name is insane.
I don't have it.
I have it on here.
The character is just like bloated old woman. Is the character name?
Bloated zombie or something.
Yeah. Bloated. Let's see.
Thrashing zombie, squished zombie, EMS technician, bloated woman.
Yes.
Hermes Ballarison.
Yeah.
Is the
cool
guy's
name.
name.
I guess that wasn't really worth the payoff.
No, not really. Also was in the Hulk.
Blarison, yeah.
And X-Men and Boondock Saints. Wow, yes.
What the fuck? Yeah,
he was in Boondock Saints, Boondock Saints 2, X-Men, The Incredible Hulk.
Who the fuck? It must be like bit parts or whatever.
He's a stunt guy. He's a stunt actor.
Okay, makes sense.
So that would be why. Yeah, he's a stunt actor.
Yes.
Bloated old woman. And then a bunch of people. A guy who looks like Frisky Dingo.
Yeah. He looks like the white guy from Frisky Dingo. I thought he kind of looked like Doug Jones, although like a sickly Doug Jones. If you know who Doug Jones is. You know, he was like a tall, like a thin white man.
Oh, he does look like Doug Jones.
Yeah, he does, right?
Oh, yeah, God.
Doug Jones is, he's like the actor that's like in every movie that
was just in that movie, Shape of Water.
Yeah, he was the guy in Shape of Water. He was like in Pan's Labyrinth. He was like the goat creature, I think. He was the fish man, I believe, in Hellboy 1 and 2.
Which, you know, ties us back to the best movie we've watched so far, Dead Alive.
How so?
Because Guillermo del Toro... Fuck. Guillermo del Toro didn't do Dead Alive. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yes. Okay, I can get us there. So Guillermo del Toro did Shape of Water. Guillermo del Toro was supposed to do the Hobbit prequels. Peter Jackson instead did the Hobbit prequels.
Boom!
Peter Jackson did Dead Alive.
There we go.
Yeah, we got
Bing,
there.
Bang, bang. We got there. Guillermo del Toro and Peter Jackson look alike because they're both fat, bearded men.
They do kind of look alike, yeah.
They're both fat, bearded men.
Yeah. I think Peter Jackson's weight has fluctuated. I don't know. I don't think he's fat now. I don't know when he... Well, I mean...
we're off the rails once again.
We're just talking about
Peter Jackson.
Yeah, because I just saw him in an interview, or I don't know when I saw him.
So they're in the mall. These other people come. The old lady turns into a zombie. They stab her in the eye with a fireplace poker.
Yeah.
The one black guy that's in the thing, he has a pregnant Russian wife.
Yeah.
And she gets bit, and then there's a zombie baby. So this is the second movie we've seen with a zombie baby.
Yeah, we've done 6 movies, 2 of which have had zombie babies.
So that was pretty cool.
33.33% of our movies have had zombie babies. That's a pretty good ratio. We got to keep that up.
I like it.
I wanted to point out that when the bloated woman dies,
yes,
the main nurse character has seen someone be bitten and then turn, and
puts her face right up next to her, the woman, to see if she's breathing.
Yeah,
you can check her pulse and be like, "Oh, she has no pulse.
Yeah, she's dead. A nurse.
Yeah, she's dead.
She knows
there's no pulse. Let me listen if she's breathing."
Yeah, you're a nurse. You know you can check someone's pulse. She puts her face right up to him. You've already seen that if someone gets bit, they turn.
And then what she does is takes like a hand towel, like a small hand towel, and just drapes that over her face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there we go. Now I covered up the body. I covered up this big, fat, disgusting zombie.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
By just covering up her face with a hand towel.
Yeah.
And then the zombie gets up and runs faster than that fat woman could ever run possibly in her life, and gets stabbed in the eye with a fireplace poker. Frisky Dingo, he has a bite on his hand.
Yeah, she's like, okay, now I know for sure that if you get bit, you turn. Which means she suspected it, but still put her face up to the mouth of a turning person.
And Croquet Mallet guy decides that he's going to go in there and shoot Frisky Dingo.
Yeah, he's like, I got to take care of him.
And, decides, I'm going to go take care of him.
Michael's Croquet Mallet guy,
yeah. Croquet Mallet guy.
He wasn't bad. He was pretty good.
He's not bad, except then he's super depressing later on at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
He's a piece of shit for that.
He's a piece of shit for that.
Like, they're in a super depressing situation. And, like, later on, they're, like, having dinner, and they're all, like, having, like, fun conversation. Oh, what'd you do before the apocalypse?
So he's, like, saying, like, all these shitty jobs.
Saying, like, all of his jobs he did. He's like, I sell TVs at Best Buy now. Before that, I did this and this. And, like, they were all, like, shitty things.
And one of the girls is like, hey, so what was your shittiest job? Ha, ha, ha.
Like, what job were you worst at? And he goes, being a husband. And you're like, well, okay, now this just got depressing.
Yeah, and then he starts talking about his 3 divorces. Like,
yeah, 3 divorces. And she's like, oh, well, what job were you best at? And he's like, being a dad. And you're like, fuck you, you asshole. We want to, like, keep it lighthearted. We're in a fucking zombie apocalypse. Nobody needs to remember that we have wife and kids that are all dead.
It's like...
Like, the nurse's husband is dead.
Yeah. I said it... Oh, yeah, I forgot she was married, because they, like, make out later.
No, yeah, they make out later.
Her husband just died, like, days ago.
Yeah, just died, like, 3 days ago, and she's making... Or maybe months ago.
Yeah.
Who knows
how
long
knows?
it
It could have been months. But if he died 3 days ago, like, you would still be traumatized by that. It'd be different if he, like, left her 3 days ago, and she's like, fuck my husband. No, you saw him get murdered in front of you, and you're, like, making out with another guy.
Then there's,
I was just gonna say, like, I said it when we were watching, like, the sentimentality in this is so ham-fisted in there. It is just like, they're like, we gotta have, like, a touching moment somewhere, but it's not good.
No.
It's not good!
No, it's not good.
It's not good!
The only thing that would make it better is if the nurse's name was Martha.
Oh, what did you say that name?
Or there was a zombie dressed as Batman.
Oh, that'd be great.
So at one point, they are talking
They need to have a zombie movie at a Comic-Con. Like, set at a Comic-Con? How fucking good would that be? Although, how would you get the rights to all of those?
I don't know.
All of those characters.
It'd be sweet if you did.
That would be great.
So they're talking with a guy that's across the way. He's at a gun shop. Andy is the guy's name.
Right, yeah.
And they're talking to him on a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Because he's like a block away. Because at one point, Casey's like, don't they have like a really long rope or something they could tie between the buildings? And then they like zoom out and you see, you're like, okay, they're really far away from each other.
It's like a...
They're like the whole giant like football field of parking lots away from...
Yeah, it's a far way.
Yeah, so they're talking to this guy over a whiteboard. And they play this game of... They write a celebrity's name on the thing.
They do chess at first, and then Ving Rhames is like, new game.
Yeah, new game, because he gets beaten at chess. Because I feel like Ving Rhames isn't the chess type of guy.
I don't know. No, probably not.
I feel like if you tried to play Ving Rhames in chess, he would just beat you up.
Yeah, he would just crush the chess pieces in his hand and kick your ass.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Ving Rhames, you want to play chess? Fuck no. The fuck you mean?
Yeah, so he's like, new game.
So new game
seems more his speed.
So now they start writing. This is a Ving Rhames idea.
Although to be fair, this is more my speed than chess too.
Yeah, so they write exactly more about. I would love this game. They write celebrity names down, and then they hold it up in the air, and then they find the celebrity lookalike in the crowd of zombies, and they shoot it in the head.
Yeah, so Andy's got to he's in a gun store, so he's got like all of his like guns and ammo chip, and so he's just sitting there with the sniper rifle. Looking for them and shooting the celebrity lookalikes.
So, like, the first one was Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Then there was Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. And then there's Rosie O'Donnell. And the one guy, Randy Quaid lookalike guy.
He doesn't look like Randy Quaid at all.
Whatever. He reminded me of Randy Quaid.
He reminds me of Randy Quaid,
yes.
fair enough.
He's got the
Randy Quaid from Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Yeah.
As a robot.
Is he?
Yeah, he does a voice of a robot.
Sorry, I never saw
Pluto
it.
Nash. Well, there's a movie that if it had a zombie in it, we'd be watching.
No, we wouldn't. What are we fucking talking about again? Oh, yeah. So he just says... Who cares? None of this has a payoff.
He's like, we got to make it harder on him than Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah. And then, like, the nurse woman comes up and she's like, "Oh, you guys must have had a fucked up childhood."
Yeah, but she was there the whole time watching.
But she was watching the whole time.
Yeah,
and I was like, this game would be fun, and they're zombies. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, to be fair, I had a fucked up childhood, but
if I was that guy, I'd be like, "Hey, fucking kill this bitch over here. Kill her." This blonde, unattractive woman.
Just stop it. You stop it.
Hold up a
She's
sign.
fine looking.
Hold up a sign.
She's attractive.
Hold up this blonde,
Yeah.
plain
Just
woman.
remember. God, you're a dick. And just remember, they can't see everything you're doing.
Yeah, so when I was raising my hands up in the air, like I was holding the sign, they can't see it.
Oh boy. Yeah. So. Oh yeah. They're down in the power shuts off or whatever.
Yeah, power shuts off. They have to go and turn on a generator downstairs. But like, they go turn on this generator, and they get like the security guards to go down and help them. And one of the zombies that falls on the security guard to attack him was hanging on the pipes like fucking monkey bars.
Yeah,
walking across pipes because the zombie has no
legs.
Has
no legs.
It's intelligent enough to know to climb on pipes like fucking monkey bars.
How did it get up on those pipes? I wonder.
Who knows?
They're 10 feet in the air. Did it dead alive style?
Another zombie grabbed it and put it up there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, zombie.
Well, yeah.
It would be fun.
Oh, boy.
The shitty...
They find a dog at that point, too.
Yeah, they find a dog. Fuck that dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I brought that up because I wanted to talk about that dumb fucking girl and the dog.
Oh, yeah, the redheaded girl whose dad looks like fucking Frisky Dingo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, her dad's Frisky Dingo.
Yeah.
So he gets bit. The shitty security guard guy, not the guy with the mustache, the other guy.
Yeah, the guy who's like an idiot who's annoying.
The guy who's an idiot and is annoying. He gets bit,
which is great,
by the zombie that hangs from the ceiling.
Yeah. And
they run like into like a cage where then one of them turns on a gas pump and sprays all the zombies down with gasoline to light it on fire because they're running out of ammo. And blah blah blah. And they get back to like there's no payoff for that entire scene though.
No payoff for anything.
That entire scene, the only payoff was that annoying security guard gets bit.
And the dog. That's it.
And the dog gets
They got rid of one character that everyone hated. There's no way anyone in the world liked that guy. And we find the dog who is...
Well, maybe the fat girl that worked at Dairy Queen. She might.
Oh, yeah. Of course. The fat girl at Dairy Queen. I wonder if it was Hermes Blazarus or whatever was the fat girl at Dairy Queen.
Oh, my... Imagine if that was the twist. Imagine if that was the twist. The fat girl at Dairy Queen was actually the fat old lady.
That would be great. If Oh, my God. I would fucking love that. If he's like, oh, no, it's the girl from Dairy Queen.
Came in and she was wearing the Dairy Queen uniform.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be something. That would be something for me to enjoy. Because, like, we watch bad movies a lot. I really didn't enjoy this other than our, like, banter during it.
You know what my least favorite part of this movie is?
How
that
boring and stupid it is. And
how boring and
stupid. How bad it's directed. How awful the cinematography is. How bad the writing is. How... No, you want to say something?
Fuck you, James Gunn. No.
I'm putting this on fucking Snyder.
That... There were no big names in this movie other than Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
And Ving Rhames, honestly, is a decently big name, but he's not a huge...
Yeah.
Like, it's unusual for Ving Rhames to be the biggest name in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in his movies that he does, maybe not. But
yeah. He kind of runs the gamut. I think he's either the biggest name or, like... one of the smallest names. You know what I mean?
He's not. He's never in between.
Yeah.
But that was the one disappointing part of this movie is like you didn't watch this movie. Like a lot of people, you watch it, and you're like, oh, I know him from like some other shitty movie, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, a lot of it was like, oh, I kind of recognize that guy. You look him up, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of remember.
The only person that was instantly recognizable was Ving Rhames, and then Ty Burrell, who I didn't even know his name was Ty Burrell.
Yeah, and we only.
I was like, oh, he's fucking Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
Phil Dunphy.
Because
that's a good show.
That's what he's famous for.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is fine, but I'm just saying...
It would have been nice if...
It would have been nice if there were, like, some other decent names in this movie that could have been like, oh, there's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. It was a pretty big budget for them to not...
$26 million is a pretty big budget that they blew on shitty explosions and...
Oh, the explosions are so dumb.
Overexposed film.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which brings us to a point that I want to make. Is
talk about the oh yeah. Well, I wanted to say when they were in the thing and they lit all the zombies on fire. I said that was a big gamble because we don't know that would kill them. Like, how long would it take for the fire to burn their brain?
Maybe now you just have burning zombies, and now it's 10 times worse.
Yes, that's what it should have been.
Now it's a million times worse.
Although, like,
now you have zombies that are on fire. How do you kill a flaming zombie?
Yeah, we kind of didn't do what the fuck are these things, but like, we'll talk about the running and stopping later. But like, how do you kill them? And like, what happened? Like, if you
shoot them in the head,
you shoot them in the head. But if you shoot them in the leg or somewhere else, they start twitching.
Yeah, because one got shot in the shoulder, and he just started like twitching.
And he falls over and is just twitching.
Yeah.
Why?
But then there's other points where they shoot zombies in, like, the chest and stuff, and they don't die at all. Yeah. Nothing happens to them.
Yeah, they just, like, what the fuck? Like, this is a pretty big budgeted movie. Like, make some rules for your world. Like, do a little bit of, like,
the thing is that
he just wanted it to look cool.
It's a remake of an existing movie.
Yeah.
All you had to do was update an existing movie.
Yeah.
You didn't have to change all the things, Zack Snyder.
No.
You didn't have to do any of that. All you had to do was take a movie that was sound and just bring it up into the 21st century.
Yeah.
And take a movie that was shot in the 70s and make it shot in 2005, make it look better, put some cool gore effects in it, and you would have had a movie that would have made just as much, if not more money than this shit movie.
Yeah. How much did this make?
Too much.
Yeah, we said too much.
So the budget was $26 million.
Okay.
Opening weekend, it made more than 20. It made $722,000.
Okay.
$575. In the weekend, the opening weekend in the U.S., gross USA, it made $59 million. It almost double. Well, it just about a little more than double.
Okay.
Of what the production budget was in just the United States. Worldwide gross, it made $43 million on top of that. Okay. So it made
like that's like 100 million.
It made like 100. It made like 100 million and change.
That's a shame.
Out of a $26 million movie, so it was a critical success. I would say, if you look at it pure money wise, it was a success.
And it was like 7 point something on IMDb, which is not.
IMDb gives this movie.
We can't totally trust IMDb for
7.3 out of 10.
That's so fucking high for a movie that like it was all flaw. Yeah, boy. All flaw. All flaw.
I want to talk about what my dream Dawn of the Dead cast would be real quick.
Oh, yeah, we wanted to do that.
So, Ving Rhames is on my dream Dawn of the Dead cast.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
So, if, like, we had to choose, like, 5 people to be caught.
Fuck.
Yeah, let's do. Rotten Tomatoes gives this a 76.
What the fuck? Yeah, but Rotten Tomatoes is also shit. It's just like an aggregator of dumb
76
reviewers.
Audience score is 77.
I don't. What is it? Is it that like? Because we're not like expert critics. Like, you know, we could look at this in like some critical sense, and we're ripping it apart.
There's a lot of people in here
who's looking at this and being like, "Oh, this is a good movie."
There are people in here, I do have to say, like regular critics that say, like this new movie has its own disturbing moments, but writers James Gunn and director Zack Snyder have stripped away the social satire of the original and put little in its place, which is what I said.
Yeah.
They lost the point of this fucking movie completely.
And I'm fine with them losing the point of this movie if...
Here's somebody who's an idiot from the Washington Post. Michael O'Sullivan, you're a fucking moron. Because you put, it more than surpasses the original, is what your review is. Are you an idiot? Have you seen the original? You are an idiot, sir.
This movie is bad.
No one subscribed to the Washington Post.
I don't know. What was it about this movie?
Richard Roper from Ebert and Roper said bloody good fun.
What?
Fuck you,
Why
Roper.
do people like this movie?
Fuck you.
Because I remember, like, not having feelings on this movie when I first saw it, which I was 14 when I saw it. So, like, was I?
When I first saw this movie...
I guess I was.
When I first saw this movie, when I was... younger.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I couldn't remember if I liked it or not.
I liked it.
I don't know if I did.
I liked it as like a brainless zombie movie. It wasn't until we sat down to watch it for this, honestly, that I started looking at it like as a review, sort of critically. Because to do this, we either have to find things that we love about this movie or things that we want to tear apart about this movie.
Yes.
And this movie, there was very, very little that I liked. There was a lot I liked to tear apart on this movie.
Yeah.
There were some things that I did like.
I knew in just the cold open that I was gonna not like it.
There were like maybe 2 or 3 scenes in this movie that I liked.
So dumb.
And that was really it.
Yeah. I gotta figure out where the time is.
Right down at the bottom here. We're at like almost an hour, and we're...
Yeah, where are we even at in this thing?
We're all over the place, because there's...
We should do a 2-parter and just, like, release it the same week or something.
The plot is...
Just so people can decide if they want to listen to the next hour of this episode.
Yeah, the plot of this movie's all over the place, and it's like...
We really got derailed, man. Holy shit. I cannot believe
it's not even so much that we got derailed. It's that this
we
movie
really
was.
have.
It's just that this movie was so shitty that it's hard to talk about in a timeline fashion.
There's no fun way to
it's
really
boring.
talk about this.
It would be boring to talk about this movie.
Yeah,
in a
this movie
timeline
is very
fashion
boring.
Because half the time I was looking at my phone during this movie.
Yeah, me too.
And it wasn't because like I was like, oh, like it was because I didn't like this movie.
Yeah, it was just.
I've seen this movie plenty of times. I've seen it.
There's so many things about it that are just not redeeming at all. It is just
and
it's like paced in such a shitty
it's
way.
It's not paced
it's
well.
not good for an action movie. The action's not good.
Nope.
There's so much stuff that literally is just Zack Snyder being like, this will look cool, but it's dumb and it doesn't make sense. Like at one point they're being chased by zombies, and then the zombies, they're like run up the stairs, and the zombies all stop at the stairs, like stare at them like spookily.
Yeah, that's one of the main parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Zombies are running after them, a whole group of zombies. They get to the top of the stairs and they're pointing their guns, waiting for the zombies to come up at them. And the zombies just
like
stop
and like stare at them to be
and
like,
look at them,
intimidating.
like, ah. And then
why?
Then the door opens and then the zombies come after them.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, that was dumb.
There's so much stuff.
There's
like that.
propane tanks. There's literally like
a barbecue
grill size propane tanks. At one point, they throw one off the top of the bus.
Okay,
so they decide that they need to escape the mall. That they can't stay in the mall forever.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I would stay in the fucking mall forever.
Yeah, you can be in there for a long time.
You can be in there for a very long time. And, I feel like there'd be fun stuff to do in the mall. Like, you saw, like, in the sporting goods store, there was, like, a weight room they used. And, like, they had, like, fun stuff to do in the mall.
And I'm sure there's a ton of food in the mall. For 8 people, I'm sure they could survive in there a long-ass time.
Yeah.
And hope at some point help would come.
So, to me, I wouldn't have left the mall, ever.
Yeah, even
there was no reason to.
There wasn't a reason to.
It wasn't like they were like, oh my god, zombies broke in and now we can't. Like in the first Dawn of the Dead. So, in the first Dawn of the Dead, spoiler alert if anybody hasn't seen the first Dawn of the Dead movie.
Well, should we not talk about that too much? Because we're going to do it someday.
I guess. But I just want to touch on why they had to leave the mall in the original Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. I was going to talk about...
Because that makes sense.
I was going to say in Dead Rising, it makes sense that they're hiding. Because they break in.
Yeah, well, in the first Dawn of the Dead, they have to leave the mall because Tom Savini plays like a biker in that movie.
Yeah.
He's part of like a biker gang. And the biker gang breaks into the bottom part of the mall and is zooming around in their motorcycles, and they let all these zombies in.
Okay.
And so that's why they have to leave the mall in the first Dawn of the Dead. Otherwise, they didn't plan on leaving the mall.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to. It is
in this movie, and I wouldn't leave the fucking mall.
No,
there was no reason to. Nobody broke in. You have it all secured. You have all this.
But they didn't even have it secured.
Shit to do.
They they
have the doors locked.
Yeah, the doors locked. They're glass doors, and we've seen zombies break through like regular doors. And not saying they should have left because of that, but I'm saying they should have fucking, secured the doors.
Yeah. I agree with you on that, but there was no reason for them to leave.
No.
But Phil Dunphy goes, we could go on my boat and take a fucking pleasure cruise, like being a dick.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait a second, that's a good idea. We could like take the boat out onto the Great Lakes and find an island to live on. Why would living on an island be better than living in a fucking mall?
So you want to?
There's no food on an island.
Yeah. You want to survive in the wild. I mean, there's food on islands, baby.
Well, there's no bear. Well, maybe there's a bear on the island. I don't know. There's no.
I was going to say
no
like
good
vegetation.
There's no good meat to eat.
Yeah, especially in Wisconsin. Are you going to live there forever? What's your plan? Because you're in a mall, so you're in a populated area
where there's heat,
where there's
air conditioning.
Well, even if that goes away, I'm saying, if you're ever going to get rescued, the place to do it is at a fucking mall where you can post up for a long ass time.
Nah, bro, you go to an uncharted island where no one will know where you are. Go to an
island where no one will ever know where you are.
Yeah, go to a fucking uncharted island in the middle of the Great Lakes where no one will fucking find you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Which, they're in Wisconsin.
Where it would be very cold. It would be freezing.
It's going to get fucking cold as fuck.
None of them have cold weather gear.
They would freeze
and when
to
they
death.
leave the mall, they don't go to like the sporting goods store and get big coats to wear. They're just like, man, fuck it, we'll leave right now. You know why they have to leave? Because those zombies that paused on the stairs broke into the mall because they decide that they need to go rescue the fucking dumb redheaded girl.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about that.
Alright, so there's a fucking, that dog.
So Andy, they find the dog.
Yep.
And so obviously there's zombies by the dog. They put two and two together that zombies won't go after the dog. and Andy is his name?
Yeah, the guy across the way, Andy,
Ving Rhames
who's in the
he's in the gun store.
In the gun store,
Ving
holds
Rhames
up a sign. He's like, "Oh, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
Because Ving Rhames is like, "Oh, 5 more days until we come to pick you up."
Yeah.
Because their plan is they got these buses, they reinforce them with like metal and shit they have around the mall.
Yeah. Which would plow through zombies.
And they have like a snow plow on the front and shit.
Yeah.
Like they've battled out these buses.
Yeah.
They're like the little shuttle buses that like big malls and like you see
like
at like airports and
stuff,
shit.
Yeah.
So they have these shuttle buses.
They're super like equipped to handle zombies.
Yeah, so they're like their plan is they're gonna go pick up Andy at the gun store,
get a bunch
and
of
then
guns.
get a bunch of guns and stuff, and then go to the boat, take the boat out. So now they realize that Andy's hungry. So instead of going like, listen, you know what? We're all ready. Why don't we just leave a couple days early?
Yeah.
They go, let's take this dog that has a vest and pack it full of food and send that over to Andy.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. So
they
take this dog.
The redhead has grown attached to Chip. Is the dog's name.
Yeah. So they take this dog and they lower it down on like a rope. And they lower it down onto the ground, and it runs.
You were like, it'd be great if they just started tearing into that dog immediately.
Oh my god, it'd be great if they lowered the dog like slowly, and it got to like zombie hand level,
that
and they just start ripping apart the dog.
They tear it apart, and the redhead freaks out.
So
that would be so funny.
Andy like blows like a dog whistle or something. The dog runs
just like
over
a whistle.
to the thing. He has a dog door for some reason in his gun shop. Can we talk about that for a second?
I don't think it's a dog door. I think it's just he boarded up his thing with a lot of shit.
And then has like a door that can slide up and down?
Yeah.
Why would you have a door that could slide up and down?
Why
would you have a weak spot in your door?
Yeah.
There's my next question, Andy. Why would you have a weak spot in your door that zombies could get through?
Yeah.
Why would you have a door within your door? Were you planning on a dog running into your
thing? He's building his barricade. He's like, oh, yeah, what if a dog comes by?
Zack
Snyder,
why did he have a sliding door in his thing?
Like,
was it because it looked cool, you dumb motherfucker?
I had to admit, fuck you, Zack Snyder. It must have been. I mean, they could have had it like he took some nails off of one piece and opened up the door and let the dog in. But like he slides his door up, and then slide the door up. The dog walks in. Ving Rhames then takes it. So like. Maybe 5 Mississippi has gone by. Mm-hmm. He still has not closed his fucking door, and then zombies start getting in. Nah. Like, he's in a gun store. He knows there's zombies outside. It is such a small fucking opening that, like, it's not like he's opening a giant door that he's got to do it quick and zombies have a chance of breaking in. It is this tiny little sliding doggy door that he slides open, and the fact that zombies can get in is so fucking pointless. It's so stupid.
And a zombie instantly grabs the door and crawls inside and gets close enough to him that it bites him.
Yes. He's in a gun store. He should be waiting for the dog with a gun in his fucking hand.
And shoot the dog as soon as it comes through the door.
And if any zombies get in, he should be able to shoot them fucking immediately. And killing 2 zombies would plug up the hole. The problem solved.
Well, what I don't understand
is they just start getting in. And he's like, oh shit, I'm going to run to the roof.
All right, so
do a dumb thing where I'm now a zombie and I smear blood on the whiteboard and hold it up.
Real quick,
spooky.
This will be the end of part 1 of our Zomboys podcast.
Too much?
We've hit an hour and 2 minutes, we're not even to like the action part of this movie yet.
We'll do like a mini-sode sometime this week, right? I don't want to put it out on a Wednesday in case we do it like 20 minutes. Well, we'll talk about it.
No, well, it'll take an hour.
We'll see.
The rest of this will take because we still haven't talked about who we'd want in the mall as our own zombie team.
We could probably
and we could discuss that for a little bit.
We could pad this out.
So this will be the end of part 1. Everybody, stay tuned. Click on episode 2 if you want. We'll load it on the same day, more than likely.
And if you hated this episode because I don't know if we were funny or not, just because we were so mad. If you hate this episode, feel free to skip next week. But listen to the week after, or else I will fucking come for you.
But also don't skip next week, because I need those fucking listens.
We need those listens. Yeah, just let it
let it play in the background. You can put it on mute.
Let it play.
Just let it play.
play.
Don't forget, aim for the fucking head or whatever our tagline is.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, our plugs, whatever. Yeah, just follow us on at Zomboys and listen to my other podcast, Trial by Pilot.
Yeah, check that out too.
I'll talk more about that at the end of next episode. I don't want to like fucking fill this up.
I haven't listened to this other podcast, but I will.
That's fine.
So that's
just came out. So.
That's the end of part 1.
Yep. So don't forget, everybody, don't watch Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah, that's our new tagline. Don't watch any Zack Snyder movies.
All right, bye everybody.
Goodbye.
See you soon.